It's funny to look back on again. Two
Ya.
wrestlers reminiscing on
Estamos en
MK9
vivo.
and Justice One Day.
En todos lados.
Back at those early tournaments, and you're just like,
Señores, recuerden que ahora se viene
wow,
NA
there's a
West.
big difference between
Vamos a hacer
the
una
first
pequeña
tournament
pausa.
and the last tournament
Seguro que ellos van a hacer una
in
pequeña
these,
pausa
you know, in
para
this
venir
meta,
con NA
in
West que
this
comienza
gameplay,
unos
whereas
15,
like
20
now, when you
minutos.
see it like
Así que si
MK1,
quieren
I
busquen
feel like
palomitas,
during the beta, people were,
refrescos,
like,
cenen,
optimizing so
den su
much, and
vuelta,
then when you
tomen
would
agua,
see,
vayan
like,
al baño,
and there was no
que
training room in
seguimos
that
con más
anymore.
acción
There
por
could be
aquí,
enough
por la
training room
familia
and people were
Toxic
doing,
Gaming. En
like,
español, en tu
optimized
idioma,
combos in the corner,
para tu
because they
disfrute,
matched up
manito.
with their friend, like, oh, yo, let
Voy
me
por
try this
café,
combo
exacto.
really
Busca tu
quick
café.
with these
Busca tu
only
café.
one of, you know, 4 characters.
Busca tu
Again, it's just
café.
like I feel like it grew so quickly, like you said. It's insane to see how
Vamos a ver quién va a ganar de
modern
estos.
games have developed.
Kinggambler, Wan Lin, qué
Again,
sé yo qué.
there's so much more to grab.
Esa es la vuelta de lo que viene. Rewind quiere ganar también, Rewind quiere ganar. Vamos a esto de Kinggambler, Comparte con todo el mundo, manito. Kinggambler quiere ganar. Rewind quiere ganar en esta región que viene. Vamos a ver qué pasa.
Well, if you want to see the mighty Unjust and other players that have qualified and all the future tournaments that are happening, make sure you follow NRS Esports on social media.
Bueno, señores, yo voy a tomar la pequeña pausa desde ahora para hacer alguna cosita aquí y ya vuelvo ahora. Dejen el stream ahí prendido, ¿me entiende? No se muevan, solamente muévanse a buscar palomita y comida. Ahora me ves, ahora no me ves.
Find out how to get involved yourself. You can still go there and spectate. You can play in the last chance qualifier. Maybe be one of the final players that makes it through to join the rest of the competition. And tonight we are going to go for a bit of a break. And when we come back, it will be North America West. So fresh new batch of players. Just as ridiculous. Different characters for sure. This is going to be a really interesting one because I know some of the characters we're going to be seeing. But that is going to be it from us for now. Thank you all so much for watching. We are going to take a break. When we return, fresh batch of commentators, new Mortal Kombat to get through, and we're going to send another final combat. My name is Ketchup, joined by Darth Armor. Thank you so much to the viewers, NRS, WB, the hard-working team behind the scenes to make this show actually work. They do all the hard work. We just sit here and chit-chat for a bit. That's it. We're going to let them have a quick break and set up the next tournament. We'll see you next time. Don't go anywhere.
Wave is plus, awaited the second two, gets the back throw, switching positions. He woke up command
Yeah,
grab?
come on, buddy. Yeah. You getting too near me, bro. Need to teach you a lesson.
This man woke up command grab. That's some grown man teams. Okay.
Don't you know I like when you're close to me? Don't you know that? That was some brave stuff, and he takes that game.
Good stuff from Rewind. I'm going to be tying that up 1-1.
He might
Yeah,
have a
that's
little
what it
like obsession, just saying. He's got blood all over him and everything else, but no, the thing that he thinks of is I gotta sharpen this knife, man.
No, it's
This
the thrill
knife
of the
is
fight,
sharp.
Spooky. This man's in between round taunt. He'll grab the dirt and sniff it. You know, he's ready for it.
I don't think that's actually what he's doing, but at the same time, I can't deny it because it looks kind of sus what he's doing there.
I was like, man, you really like the dirt, huh? Okay, you know what? Whatever floats your boat, bro.
He's a dirty guy. What can I tell you?
The spoils of war.
All right, game number 3, 900 HP, Johnny Cage. Show him what he can do.
Oh, no.
1-2. It's time for some damage.
Give me a
You're
punish.
nuts. You didn't need that, did you?
No, yeah, you know, he's not having any type of recreation at that. Oh, caught him 2 for flinching.
Oh, he
Just
went
counter
for
hit.
pure damage. He didn't even do the 2-1-2.
42 again into another safe jump. Nice balls block, but wait a second. Goro coming in. He got something to talk to you about.
Come here.
Side
The
switch.
way he yokes you up straight into the Janet punch. Everything about it is perfect. Speaking of,
Gambler's wise.
too grabby.
And yo, we got 4
King-
install.
Yeah, KG, I noticed that he's very deliberate about trying to end rounds with the shadow kick so that he can get the star power. I mean, like every route, he has so many ways to do it, which is something nice to have in your pocket for round 2.
We've only seen the star power like once though. That's the crazy thing about it.
True. He doesn't like to do the neutral star power setups. He only likes to do it when he can hit the stand 4 into it.
Not lying about that one. Full string. Wait a second, see if he's gonna poke. And wait a second, the overhead gonna get parried on, and guess what? 3 bars spent for the breaker. Oh,
Shadow.
that wasn't even punish.
I don't think so. He just got caught trying to hit.
Oh no! Caught that man on the back dash, and guess what? We're going to corner pressure. The back throw could do it.
Finish the string just in case. Here goes.
Ooh.
Nice convert and a side switch.
We'll spin it this time. I like
This is
the
a pretty good combo for a random button into Janet core.
Yes, the sweep into a full combo is actually insane. Give him some time to think about his options right now. 2 bars to work with Kinggambler, and has 4 Goro, so Rewine's got to be watched out for armor. Oh!
Could punish better. We'll take it. We'll take it. Kidnap.
Hey. Ooh, I like the down poke. It was brave. Good blocks, but you weren't able to flaws block, and that's going to be Gambler taking game number 3 and going up 2-1.
Man, that did a crazy amount of chip. Did you see how he just was
Man.
staggering back?
It's that thing where you don't flawless block, you're going to lose your life bar.
2-1 right now in favor of Kinggambler. That means his last decision for Rewind here, as far as if he wants to change up his main or his cameo or anything like that.
It's so unfortunate though, because he actually read the wake up armor coming out of Kinggambler, but he thought the Goro was going to hit him and it didn't. He didn't get the chance to actually get the combo punished.
They're running it back. KG with the lead. So far, the Goro has been putting a good amount of work for him. He did start with
Oh my goodness.
but now he's back to the Goro tactics.
Girls
2-1-4.
Oh my goodness, breaking immediately as rewind.
Janet took her a sweet time there breaking the combo. Did you see that?
She
did like
did.
3 backflips first.
She wanted style, but oh my goodness, speaking of styling, this man's doing air combos. No cojones once again, 360.
Going for the legs.
And poking right back at you. Try to do back dash into it, another sweet combo. Oh yeah, tackle.
Nice.
Mink, mink, mink. That's a knockdown.
1-2.
Poking the
my goodness, the
special.
shadow upper. That is right.
¿Qué fue?
And again, he ended
Esa
the
solo, qué buenísima, Dan.
Gambler is going to be on set point to eliminate Rewind and immediately go his way to grand finals to fight Dexi. Rewind, you want to lock in? You got to lock in right now.
Ya.
overhead. Good block.
Once again, checking in. Rewind got to spend 3 bars. Wait. Big jump.
Excellent
oh
jump.
no, this is so bad. This situation afterwards, if you don't guess right, it's over.
That Rewind has very little meter to work with defensively. He's got a block. That's the only way.
It's the overhead, but
He dropped it. He dropped it. Clutch.
way.
A clutch wake-up punch.
Giving this
The
man a
Janet
chance is a
version.
mistake.
That was almost half-life.
Giving this
For
man a
one
chance
jab.
is a mistake.
Still, Rewind has so little cash. He's got to fight for this
grab.
breaker. Here it comes. Oh, that was smart. He knocked him down early. 2-1-4 blocked. Goro's here.
3 bars of work with Gamble. She can armor once again. Gets it down one this time around. Command grab.
Nice throw. He's got a break, right?
He breaks, yes, for
He
sure.
does.
Does he slide? He does.
Oh,
yes,
the
but he
jump!
jumps over. He had the high
Kinggambler.
ground. Gambler had the high ground. Is going to take down Rewind 3-1 after jumping all 6 of the Ninja Stars. I know everyone says, how you able to get past all those EX? He did it. He did it.
Did it with that jump. That was a very committal jump. I'm not sure if he knew that a fireball was coming or if he just went for the jump because Johnny's got that good jump 3 from that range. But it was the perfect time for that. And it wasn't the first time that he beat a fireball like that against Rewind in the set. So he had a pretty good timing, whether it's just that he likes to jump or if he kind of could smell when a fireball was coming. He had a really good time for jumping over those and getting in there. So coming back to recap some of this match, Kinggambler versus Rewind. KG has been doing a phenomenal job in this losers bracket. He ended up in losers early on the top 8, and he had some of the toughest opponents to face off against down there, but especially thanks to this Goro that he's got as one of his cameos. He's been putting in a lot of work, and he's been fighting at just a slightly unexpected enough angle that it's getting him ahead on some of the strongest possible opponents like Rewind.
Man, losing 3-1 to him in the winner's side and taking him out 3-1 in the losers finals is definitely a statement to be had. Kinggambler definitely showing off the Goro and just showing off his stuff in the right way. My goodness.
Yeah,
Rewind is going to be out.
He Rewind to God. True, he is going to get the 3rd place, but 3rd place is very significant for him on the standings. I'm pretty sure that he's going to be quite secure in making that regionals finals. So you can expect to see him there, and he's also going to get some money in his pocket tonight as well with the 3rd place finish. So props to him. 3rd place is going to get him $275 tonight in his wallet to help him out, whether it's for combo breaker or just for getting ready for that regional final.
Great stuff all around. Great stuff from that young man. Kinggambler is going to fight Dexi Dog in grand finals, and it's going to be an exciting one. My gosh, Melina versus Johnny. What a matchup. But it's going to be interesting. Gambler, I feel like he might as well stick with the Goro. Don't get me wrong. The Chameleon's been doing work for him as well. But I just feel like he's just so much. It's just, you can see in his gameplay, he's just so much more comfortable with the Goro pick.
Maybe that's more of what he's practiced lately, or maybe it's just that tonight, the way that he's vibing with the Goro is just right, and he understands how to utilize it and keep the pressure on. But I agree, the Goro cameo has been working really well for him. It's a thing that I haven't even really tried this myself very much, even though I play a lot of Johnny, but I'm curious about it now, and I want to try it out myself because I have some good ideas too on how to use it after seeing how he's using it. But yeah, it's a great idea. It's a great angle of attack. Now, the tough part is that although he's got this unique trick as a Johnny player, he needs 2 sets of 3 out of 5 to win this tournament tonight, versus Dexi only needs to win 1 set to be the winner. So that's very important. He's got to consider that he's fighting an uphill battle, and it's important to use your tricks and your tactics, but don't show your entire hand too quickly so you have, you know, a little something in reserve. You need that second win for set 2.
And Spooky, what was that prize pool difference between first and second again?
Let's see. So first place tonight gets $1,150, I believe, and second place gets $550. So this is basically like a $600 money match, something like that. Yes, it is.
Guaranteed some cash for tonight, but you definitely want the largest sum of it. But wait a minute, gets the chameleon, but no, he can't get anything off the fan. But whiffing. Oh, he's just pressing, huh? Okay, you know what, Dexy? Sometimes it just works that way. I agree, bro. You got it. Oh, overhead again.
Saving the cameo too.
First time these boys actually beating in this bracket too. I actually don't see them play actually too often. Oh, that side switch was so good.
That was juicy, and the positioning is strong. Both players with a lot of meter. The flawless block is not enough, and KG still in. Another flawless.
And he is harassing.
Ooh, he's flawlessing everything. This guy's a god.
Oh, the blocks are so crazy. Gets the punish on it and waits for it to
didn't
sweep.
Work.
Wait, he goes for it. Did you jump? And just backdash because he knew he was gonna phase. That was so good. Dexy taking that first round.
He played around lots of the Kinggambler options to solidify that one, and an early throw is gonna help out.
Wait a second before throw.
He's waiting. I wonder what KG's waiting for. KG definitely, he's very cautious.
Oh
Maybe
my
he's waiting for something like
goodness.
that. That was so fast.
It's just the thing to chameleon that gives like Melina in that full screen presence when he has katana lift is definitely one of those things that make you hold the block button for sure.
Blocked the overhead, but it's still a nice pressure string.
Oh, he got both.
Beat the cameo.
Big combo, 341. It's a throw, and that's a full combo too. Oh no! Look at the extension. It's the back throw. Wait, is that katana fan lip inside? It is. That's death. Get
very close to it. He's milking it. Wow.
It's the awareness that he used to switch to katana and extended the combo long enough for Chameleon Melina to come back so he can get the extension to kill. That is actually insane. Dexy taking game number 1. Holy.
Man, Dexi Dog is impressing me all around, especially with his non-linear, that's the only way I can describe it. It's like a not linear sense of how he plays. He doesn't really go to the same string over and over. He's got a large wheel of options, and he mixes it up phenomenally. We'll see how KG's going to change it up. Goro, there it is.
Goro,
I'm surprised he didn't choose this the first game. We were even talking about how we thought it was powerful, but he chose the Chameleon game 1.
I feel like he chose a game 1 simply because of the fact that, you had, Dexy's gonna be throwing out projectiles a tad bit more, so it's good to have Jade glows to go past that a little bit. But overall, yeah, your Goro's been doing the most work.
To do that.
Exactly.
Not that that's not a bad plan. It's just that when do you have time to go purple?
No time for the purple rain. But we in Johnny's career with it, so Johnny, you got to defend your home. That's not the way to defend your home.
That hurts when that happens too, because that's a critical part of Kinggambler's can opener game plan. That shadow kick to the Goro. When it feels like that, he's losing half-life. And delivering half-life right back if he can. Down 3.
Oh, the overhead. I'm just counting hit 2. Caught him pressing something. Plus frames. Caught him on the way back, and he's got a full combo.
You cannot press there.
Oh, no.
Always got to be aware of the Jade Fireball return.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you got to do raw ball rolls to Melina special. Dexy
this is looking real good for Dexy right now. It's partly because he's playing so well, but also some things are going wrong for Kinggambler. It's adding on to the chaos.
Gosh, more plus frames on plus frames.
He has no cameo meter. Look how empty it is. That girl's not coming back anytime soon.
Oh, and beautiful whip punish coming out of Dexy again. Look at his damage.
We get a free side switch every time too if we want it, and the pressure's on with the 1-2-1. Johnny Cage busting out, and finally Goro has returned a good 20 seconds later.
Oh, the whip punish though.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this ain't good. This ain't good. This ain't good.
He's not gonna get a chance to use Goro, huh? He's got to do something. It's time for a desperation attack. That's the only way.
The desperation attack can definitely get you killed right now. The overhead gonna catch the backdash. He did backdash with the back three for sure, but Dexi shutting that down with another overhead. And Dexi right now is looking like he's gonna take MA West, regional number 3. He's on game. Oh my goodness, he's playing so good.
He's mauling them. That was 2 rounds and not 1. And now for KG, you know, I'm not sure if he should wait it out or what he should do, but definitely he's gotta have a slightly different approach than what he's got going on right now.
Yeah, he's not using the PTG method, Spooky.
What to do, Kinggambler. Okay, interesting. We'll see how this goes. So he's going for the Tanya Goro.
Yo.
This was one of the original popular Goro tactics along with Kung Lao. It gives her an interesting long-range strategy that can be very difficult to punish. The main thing is that the damage output is pretty limited. So he's gotta play that long-range game right. He's only gonna get so many big damage combos with this.
Gambler switching to the Tanya Goro, gonna have an intense mind game with not only with the armor, but with the counter perk meta as well. Oh, he can get his Mahoro. The thing is, you've been playing Johnny this entire tournament. Is your Tanya ready? That's the question to ask.
He's trying. Here comes Goro to help out. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, the low.
Breakdance.
28 for that.
Pretty good.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the West Online Finale.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the
Mortal Kombat World Tour. This
¿Qué es lo que, gente? We are back.
Online tournament.
Ahora con la región del West.
I'm Mr. Aqua, and I am joined
Mr. Aqua Ultra Davey. He tenido la dicha de poder comentar con estos dos fuertes del comentario. Comenté con Ultra Davey Combo Breaker y First Attack. Y comenté con Aquaman, Combo Breaker y Blink Respawn. Comentado con estos dos fuertes. Soy dichoso, en verdad, realmente, de comentar con estos tigres. Pero estamos aquí, ahora vamos a comentar en español, manito. Saludos Cuba en la casa. Cuba, ¿qué es lo que es? Todo el mundo activo, gente. Va a comenzar la vuelta. Lo vas a ver en Combo Breaker también, no solamente en Canadá. Combo Breaker es primero que Canadá. Combo Breaker es este mes. En Combo Breaker vamos a ver mucho nivel, Combo Breaker viene fuerte.
A lot more variety, but we do have the dual-edged Sai of 2 of the best Molina players on planet Earth in one bracket here tonight, and we're talking about the bracket. Let's show you guys the bracket. These are the top 8 players from the West region here.
A ver quién va a ganar en esta región, quién se corona campeón. Rewind, que se siente un poco triste. Dijo en Twitter porque no le ha ido tan bien en los últimos torneos. Y Rewind, al igual que Comeback, en Twitter diciendo que quiere ganar esta fecha porque sería su oportunidad de clasificar de la forma más fácil en este Final Comeback.
Coming in as the fill-in, and we saw here on stream back in qualifier.
Miren cómo van los puntos aquí en Pro Competition. Comeback con 406. Igualmente Comeback, aunque no ganó, creo que Comeback puede clasificar al top 9. Rewind sí está un poco lejos. Vamos a ver dónde está Rewind.
We're going to be seeing Hourglass of Rain versus Han Rasheed.
Rewind está en 16. Yo creo que Rewind también puede entrar, Gane o no esta fecha, Rewind podría entrar, porque él va para Combo Breaker. Él sí va para Combo Breaker, el que no va es Comeback. Entonces esto aquí en el nivel de puntos, hay un par de gente que están medio coso. Ni Fota clasificado por puntos, ni Yaquila también, por eso ni participó. Nicolás ganó la final, Scorpion Fota clasificado de sobra. Pero vamos a ver esta región.
you know, on the come up now.
Vamos a ver qué es lo que es. ¿Va a jugar Sony Fox? Creo que no.
He is a second generation player. Online Tony, if there are people who are.
El Evo, ¿en Canadá qué hay? En Canadá es el Final Combat, manito. El Evo es en Las Vegas. Sí, Kanimani es muy bueno también.
Well, he has been playing
Pero Kanimani creo no va con Breaker.
his son since his son was a little guy, and now we know what happens if you get trained up like that. You become a killer yourself, of course. So I love it. You know, Kale, hats off to him. It's a tall road here that he's got ahead of him, right? Rewind's not going to be easy to get through.
Estos son de mis comentaristas favoritos realmente, tanto Ultra David como Aquaman. Ultra David también, inspiración en Street Fighter 6, o cualquier Street Fighter también es muy buen comentarista. Ultra David está roto. Estos tigres tan desbaratados. Final Combat es en junio, exacto, el mes que viene, hermano. El Evo es en julio. Son fechas diferentes.
Has changed quite a bit in the last few weeks and in the last few months as we look at what
some
of these players are going to bring into the table.
¿Qué pasará en esta región? Ya vimos a Ninja Killa que es una novela en la región pasada, no ganó.
Is he going to be applying the same kind of game here today? And for Rewind, in the third qualifier just last weekend, for the first time ever, I saw him break out Reiko Janet in this series, and boy oh boy was it a completely different monster from the Reikos that I've been seeing on display, as well as his Xiao that he's got his own personal he's got his own 12 herbs and spices that he's cooked up a General Xiao's chicken with. I don't even know what it is, but man oh man is it spicy. I can't handle that heat, man. I can't eat it.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier we got a couple of Molinas, we got a couple of Reikos in the house here, with Han probably playing the character too. He's been meaning for since the game came out.
Vamos a ver, yo creo que comience la vaina, están hablando mucho. Yo quiero comenzar la vuelta, bien, comenzar la vuelta. Esto es lo que viene ahora.
We'll see what happens on that front. Wani and Lauer, you and I both tried to do research.
Esto es lo que viene
Didn't
ahora.
really find too much since
Estos son los puntos del Final Combat.
I think it was.
Final Combat, estos son los que están clasificados ahora mismo. Bueno, y ahora que va a entrar aquí en los clasificados, un Juice. Pero aquí está Illuminati, Brosev, Nicolás, Sius, Video Games Joe, Makoran, Souls Glue y Faisal Combat de Team Panther. Bien, eso va a ser Final Combat del 14 al 16 de junio. Primer lugar, $30,000. Y estos son los puntos hasta ahora. Esto hay que hacer un análisis luego de Combo Breaker, pero se podría hacer antes, luego de esta fecha de hoy. Un análisis bien profundo de quienes realmente están asegurados. Mira un Juice ahí en 10, pero ya un Juice ganó, está clasificado. Entraría en 10 Combat. Nicolás clasificado.
Even on the cooldown,
por la
still
final.
goes for the really high risk things that I see him go for, which
Tigres
is
son unos
he likes
tigres,
to use the cuff move.
Kanimani
with the
también,
strike.
esos
He
tigres
likes
están
to do some of
clasificados
the things, you know.
sin ganar su región.
He's really unique
Video
and
Games Joe creo
applies his
que
own thing too, which is one of my personal things about on like Kale that I like to watch. And
it's an interesting match between the two, him and Rewind, which is again a match that we're looking for first here.
Perdió Ninja Killa, sí, perdió Ninja Killa. Full novela.
You know, Kale, even though he's a young player, he takes some risks, as you mentioned, sometimes to do like the cuff when you don't expect it. Sometimes he'll take the risks as you got to with the
Bueno, gente, vamos a ver, deme un segundito, vuelvo ahora.
Sometimes he's just a footsies monster. Like he'll have stand 2-1 at like exactly the right spot. He'll use the forward 3 overhead, not because it's an overhead necessarily, but to like get over, like for the low crush aspect of it, to get over low profile moves, which is a really big thing if you're playing against.
And the decisions to backdash into it are he just knows when you want to poke, when you're ready to press in the pressure, which is just him being real strong up here in the mental game and in the understanding. Guys, we are trying to get this first match together, and after this first match, we will have the bracket for you guys to see yourselves. And while we're waiting on this first one to get together, I want to break down real quick, David, what's at stake here tonight, and who's already in Final Combat, because as I mentioned, this is the final online tournament of a massive online series that was the pro competition here, a global online series with 10 regions represented across 3 sub categories of regions, and 9 of those 10 regions have had their regions finalized, and they have a representative going to Final Combat, which is the World Finals. And I want to break it down for everyone, because these are the solidified final combatants from those sub regions. First, we're going to go to Liga Latina. From the north region of Liga Latina, it's going to be Brozif making it to Final Combat. Congratulations. From south, which is going to be the most talked about region going into Combo Breaker and Final Combat, because that's where the Chilean twins are from. Winning the online was Nicolas over his brother. From Mexico, Scorpion making it in. From Brazil, Zeus. And if you look at the history of that little story, it's crazy. He got 17th at the offline. Didn't go too crazy. Murdered it in the finale, which was in an offline setting. Zeus, wonderful performance there. And that was the Liga Latina online portion of the pro competition. Then we move on to the intercontinental side of things, which is Middle East, Oceanic, EU West, and EU East. We had Faisal making it in through the Middle East side of things over Tekken Master. I mean, both of these two were huge upsets. Soul's Clue over Waz and Oceanic. Soul's Clue coming in.
Bueno, señores, y ya sí vamos a comenzar con la primera pelea de esta región. Rewind contra Online Kale. Let's go. Vamos a esto. Rewind con su Reiko. Mira, la primera pelea va a ser la de Rewind. Creo que están comenzando de abajo hacia arriba. Al parecer vamos a esto. Online Kale versus Rewind. Estrellitas, ¿dónde estás, señores? Este personaje, Reiko, para mí es fuertísimo. Esa patada, esas conversiones, la distancia con Janet. Miren el daño. Hard knockdown, 44% de daño. Llegó el atrás. Llegó ese golpe del Raka. Vamos a ver, tiramos a Baraka Striker, algo que ya no se está usando mucho. Vemos a Online Kale que sí confía en Baraka Striker todavía. Buscaba el overhead. Saltó neutral Rewind. Proyectil a distancia, otro más. Cuidado que el proyectil de Reiko es bien fuerte. Las estrellas. Retirándose mucho. Busca overhead, las granadas para hacerlo safe. Entrada. Tiene que romper obligatoriamente Rewind. Este Baraka está dando pelea. Estrellitas. Cuidado con las estrellas, manito. No. No pega. Muy lejos. Wow, esa patada, ese abajo 4.
Anti-air from Rewind. Not every day you see someone anti-air with a limbo sweep right there. Very hard to jump in on.
Kale's missed a couple of the back forward threes. He wants to enter with grenades.
Vamos a ver.
Hasn't quite had it.
Buen antiaéreo de Rewind. Quiso convertir con Janet, no lo consigue. Atrás 3 de Baraka. Trouble con las granadas de Striker.
Fantastic.
Ok, 2-1 Troll nuevamente. Ese sweep un poquito rápido. El overhead de Rewind, otro más. Voy hacia adelante, Striker, lo sabe Rewind, bloquea, sabe que no es su turno, respetando. Consigue la entrada, tiene que romper obligatoriamente el Baraka. Estrellitas, ¿dónde estás? Cuidadito. Estrellas nuevamente. Atrás 3. Break. Ok, rompe.
But again, like, he's not crazy going out
hacia atrás.
necessarily. He is cool with hanging out.
Buscaba el overhead. Rewind está respetando muy bien las granadas de Striker, cuidado, ahí hubiese ganado ese Baraka, No confirmó. No confirmó ese atrás 3. No confió, como dice. Oh my god, GG's. Rewind consigue punish e inmediatamente por el Fatal Blow combo. Para no arriesgarse a dropear nada.
It's getting sniped by these active frames. Rewind. Ooh, that would make it hurt.
It's really cool to watch because
Alrededor
the
ahí.
character matchup.
Bueno, 1-0, pica adelante Rewind.
Kind of the opposite of how
picando adelante el
it
tipo.
goes when you see a lot of other people play these two characters. You know, oftentimes you're looking for the ninja stars coming out of Reiko a lot. You're looking for basically zoning from him. And from Baraka, you're looking for like pressing the spin button, right? You're spinning, you're doing whatever the up-close shenanigans are. Going in for mix-ups hard. And it's just really not how either of these guys play. Instead, it was Rewind kind of like on the slow approach a lot of the time.
Vamos a ver.
Kale hanging out on the slow distance game a lot of the time. And it was the big damage that Rewind had on Reiko a couple of those moments.
No te quille. Acuéstate, ya vi. Mosco, ya, se acabó todo. Sí, está larga la jornada. Abajo 2. Proyectiles otra vez. Estrellitas. Overhead. Otro más. En esta región hubiera sido mucho más interesante si Sonic hubiera jugado, pero Sonic no va a jugar. Aquí lo interesante está entre Kinggambler, Rewind, Dexi Dog y HourglassOfRain. Ahí es que está el nivel aquí en esta región, Rewind tiene mucha oportunidad de poder ganarla, pero tiene que tirar mucho nivel porque estos jugadores están fuertes. Todos están fuertes. Yo, GG's. Ronda para Rewind, jugando clean. DJ, ¿cómo consigo una gorra y un polo de Top City Games? En la tienda, topcitygames.com está en la tienda. Y por ahí también está aquí en YouTube la tienda antiaéreo. Cuidadito, hard knockdown, back throw.
These universal pickup
Las tres.
cameos have been great to see as we're just seeing more and more
Baraka
combos and
Reiko
combo
aquí,
routes
en esta
off
pelea
of
para mí,
the more eclectic
la ventaja la
and
tiene
cool things
Reiko,
in the game.
Tiene que cuidarse muchísimo Baraka de los proyectiles
Whiff there from online
y
Kale, not
de esa
punished by
patada, de esa
everyone. Whiff of the
distancia,
zone. Hey, the
es
second
muy
hit.
fuerte para
Let's
entrarle.
move
Miren eso.
forward.
Limitado,
Stars lead anyone up.
throw,
There's another
tiene que
step
romper,
back up, and Kale has to go
pero
up
con
resources.
toda la
This is all
ventaja
Rewind
Rewind,
right now.
Granadas, las tres y nuevamente no confía. Confía, Vi. ¡Oh, no!
Oh, it's an opportunity. Down 2. He knew that something else was coming.
Oh, punish. Yo creo que ahí lo mataba Rewind, Overhead.
Safe jump, another
Estrellas
overhead.
a quemarropa con barra.
I don't think there's
GG's.
anything you can do about that. Active 700
Estrellas a
frames of
quemarropa.
armor breaking madness right there is what that was. 2-0.
If he had Striker actually does have invincible.
¿Cuál es la diferencia del Evo que pasó en Japón y el Evo de Las Vegas? No hay diferencia, es Evo. Simplemente se hace en dos regiones diferentes, en Japón y en Las Vegas. Pero es el mismo evento, es el Evo. El Evo Las Vegas y el Evo Japón. Pero es Evo igual. Misma organización, todo. Lo único que en Japón no está Mortal Kombat porque en Japón no se juega MK, está prohibido el juego.
Some of the few times that we've seen Kale just simply outspaced more times than not in some of these, I mean, let's call it some of the biggest normals in the game. Alpha Reiko used perfectly from Rewind. And
Grande Rewind, sí, Rewind siempre es buen jugador en todos los MK. Siempre tira a nivel Rewind. Está activo, Álvaro, 44, ese combo está muy bueno, Raney, adivina aquello, bloqueó tranquilo. Ok, throw. Yo, Baraka Cyrax era una locura. Ok, aquí confía. Por el combo. Buena conversión. Busca el overhead. Hacia atrás. Pero Rewind tiene Fatal. Es una entrada y Fatal y se lo lleva. Expande una barra para las estrellas. Atrás ya, vi. Oh, no. No, no hay castigo. No hay castigo. El slide no entra. 30 segundos, 32 segundos. Oh, GG's.
Oh my god, again. Rewind has in a
GG's.
couple of
Rewind otra vez con el slide y la conversión con Fatal. De una. De una.
Match point Rewind.
Got great position.
And everybody's starting in this top 8 in winners side, so we're talking about Rewind moving on in winners, talking about Kale moving down to losers, if that's what happens.
Ok. Proyectiles a distancia, soñando Rewind. Estrellitas y ya, manito. Hacia atrás. Sí, pero ¿por qué tú tiras tanto proyectiles, Dillon? This is why. Por eso yo tiro proyectiles, mira, por eso. Por eso, porque se tira proyectiles en el juego.
Okay. There was a
Back
striker.
throw.
No armor from Rewind, and Kale gets to try it out. No!
Otras tres. Está atrás, estrella.
I don't.
Ahí, estrellita.
Going for some forbidden, slightly minus frames.
Estrella, manito.
Out here, and these trades are not in his favor.
Ahí, abajo 4 estrellas. Low.
Ooh, the dash up.
Oh my god, qué buena de Rewind. Ahí lo termina con Brutality. Fácil para Rewind, 3-0. De verdad que esta pelea easy. Easy. Muy duro Rewind,
This is a character that typically, like, you're like, oh, I got hit by an overhead, single hit.
Duro Rewind.
All right. I got hit by a sweep. Well, all right, let's do a single hit. You know that the damage is in
Reiko le da problema a muchos personajes en el juego. Al mismo Kenshin le da problema. Creo que Astra también.
Super good.
Es un personaje muy bueno.
Rewind, awesome performance. Whether he was zoning, whether he was getting in, whether he was doing the damage, he looked really strong.
Yeah, those conversions so clean. And it looked like that last combo, the execution had to be so crisp. And we saw similar things from Ninja Killer on really tight pickups. We're back in round number 1. We saw this fatal blow in all 3 games here. Janet got the autograph from the front, and then it's the Reiko spear from the back. That's just...
Rewind. Lo hizo fácil. Estrellita y Yavi, puro mental game.
There was a striker there.
Ah, pero CD John está mal si tiro
Here
estrella.
we go. This is low. That is terrifying, actually. That's so good. I love it. But again, a lot of
CD
those
John está
moments,
mal que
even
tire
in that
estrellita.
little set of replays there,
Si tiro estrellita, estoy mal.
were either comebacks or close moments where Rewind's big conversions were what ended up sealing it. Again, whether he had to march back and get the W that way, or whether he just had complete control. Did a great job of moving forward in the winner's side.
Yeah, looked so comfortable. Rewind. A little bit of breathing room here to start this off. Even though everyone coming in here with a clean slate, everyone's on the winner's side, so everyone will have a second chance.
¿Cuál es la siguiente pelea?
Kale waiting just a little bit before we see his second chance. But we got Dexi Dog and WiZEGEMiNi coming up next. But before we do that, we're talking about Mountain Dew, who has been with us since the beginning, David, since East Coast Throwdown. Back then, if you guys want to check out Mountain Dew, they've currently got something great going on. If you buy some 20-ounce bottles, there's some codes on them. Go to mountaindewgaming.com, enter those codes, you can get some prizes. It is that simple, and they're adding in new prizes every single month. Check it out, mountaindewgaming.com. That's MTNdewgaming.com.
I love it when companies keep it simple, keep it short. Buy Dew.
Yep, buy it.
That's what I'm talking. That's a tagline right there. That's a slogan.
Okay, HourglassOfRain
if you want something,
do it
on top of it.
Versus WiZEGEMiNi con Liu Kang.
All right, so Wise on the Liu. We got Dexi Dog, of course.
WiZEGEMiNi con Liu Kang, no con Havoc. Sabemos que también lo usa a Liu Kang. Ok, comienza con los dragones azules.
Still strong.
Ah, no, este es Dexi Dog contra Wise.
And everyone's
a ver qué tal va esto. Proyectiles a distancia. Liu Kang tirando proyectiles, manito, pero si Dijon está mal. Esa es la vuelta. Dijon no tire tanto proyectil. Ok, low. Full combo. No bloqueó ahí Wise. Igual tiene que tener cuidado tirando proyectiles a Milena, porque Milena tiene teleport. Tiene teleport y también a los proyectiles high se le va con el roll por abajo. Así que tiene que tener cuidado aquí Wise. Igualmente back throw, un lado. Toda la ventaja de vida para Wise. Excelente la conversión del combo. Ok, cuidado, buen bloqueo. Staggers, forward throw. Toda la ventaja para Wise. WiZEGEMiNi. Ok, seteando el sombrero. Buen flawless block a ese último golpe, muy buena. Lo tiene en el corner. Vamos a ver, esa barredora no, muy lejos. Se adelanta el fuego, manito, luego del surf con el sombrero. ¿Qué opina de Xiao Kahn Mavado? Está buenísimo, ¿eh? Está buenísimo. Vamos a ver, va a buscar la entrada. Overhead, bloquea muy bien. Atrás 2-3. Atrás 2-3 otra vez. Fuego azul. No, fuego normal. Ahí está el azul. Bloquea muy bien Dexi. Wow. Buen punish. Mejor el daño. Hard knockdown, 36%. Forward throw. Yo, bro, really? Oh my God. Yo, lo traque, manito. Bárbaro, Michael. No, se llenó. Puede romper. Se llenó el breaker. Oh, teleport buenísima. No hay castigo. Back throw, no hay un lado. The teleport. Oh, man. Wow. Excelente pelea la que estamos viendo ahora, ¿eh? Sombrero otra vez.
Dragon not killing. Insanity here to
get
started here. Still match number 1. A whip stagger into the throw, and Wise still haven't allowed to pick up.
Viene full combo. Patá, fuego azul.
Oh boy, that can add up big time. You get hit by that starter, it's gonna hurt, yes.
Patá, manito. Bloqueamos, bajo 1. Ese bajo 1 de Milena tiene una excelente distancia. A veces con Liu Kang uno quiere hacer backdash y no se puede. Excelente el castigo. Por el máximo daño. Esto mata, sí, señores. Excelente la conversión de combo de parte de WiZEGEMiNi. Se lleva la primera 1-0 arriba en el marcador.
And be right in the situation. What a clutch block right there. And I'm glad to see him back on the Lou because we've been seeing a lot of the havoc from him. And even through the multiple Mortal Kombats that this man has played, because he's been around, he's always had that kind of duplicitous edge of...
Bueno, 1-0 este Liu Kang tirando niveles.
I also love who's always in.
Vamos a ver qué tal va esto.
3 games in a row he's had the side character that he's loved like a Leatherface in MKX, and then Lou. And in this game, he's got the Havoc and he's got the Lou. This man's always got that kind of thing going on, and I love it. He's him.
No, I think it's great. Yeah, obviously his Lou's killing it. Havoc recently added to the game with Muffalo.
Bueno, vamos a ver.
That's not yet playable in official competition.
You can.
Havoc will be officially playable.
Milena.
Is what you're saying.
No, I mean honestly,
Fuego
he's done damage
azul.
with Havoc
Sombrero
regardless.
lobo otra vez.
We saw him just last week.
Go look at the last one.
Caminándose delante y hacia atrás.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. With
Look
the
at top 8
Scorpion?
number 3.
Cuidado.
Oh, no.
Abajo 3.
And the jack setups that I see him doing? Oh,
Buen throw, buen throw.
Dexi always ready to react to something full screen.
¿Quién ustedes creen que va a ganar en esta región,
Wise.
¿Quién creen ustedes que va a ganar en esta región? Puro mental. Niveles.
Yeah, he figured it out.
You can, manito.
Got a little bit of Oki for
Ey,
himself here.
patá, manito, no te muevas. Sombrero lobo, atrás 2, abajo 1. Bloqueamos bien. Patá, Billy.
Dexi has made a switch to Chameleon.
Staggers.
I want to say that it was after the second qualifier. I don't know if it was in the second qualifier.
Whoa,
or
wake up
not,
bottom.
but we used to only rock the Melina Serena team. That
Full
we saw
combo,
back in qualifier number
34%
one,
de
but
daño.
since picking up
Serve con el
Chameleon
sombrero, lo va a
has
chipear.
been
Sí,
a little
señores.
extra crispy
Chipeado con
in
esa
the run
patada de
phase.
atrás
Taking
adelante
the final
4.
qualifier. That is some chip right there. Real smart.
So much utility in Chameleon, of course.
Punish.
Not exactly breaking fresh ground, making that.
¿Dónde está
statement
Sony
right
Fox? No va a jugar en esta región realmente, Sony Fox.
I still have PTSD from Texas Showdown.
No lo esperen, no va,
there.
no va a
Cool
jugar.
cameo. I mean, she's got such cool options. Yeah, Wise tried to take his turn, understandably.
Bien.
He's back in there.
Ah, pero combo video.
Right?
Wow, ok. Flawless block, ok. ¿Él cree que puede todavía? No, grave error. Grave error.
Some kind of miracle beyond
Grave error
miracles.
ahí.
Almost throwing it away. Like he says, you know what,
Él estaba clasificado para este top 8 final, pero como ya le está clasificado por puntos, y además de eso va a Combo Breaker, decidió no participar y darle chance a que otros jugadores puedan clasificar por medio de este evento.
Not taking any risk. Was
Me
Wise
recuerda algo
there to
que
say
hizo
that.
Mena también en Street Fighter, que ya en su región estaba clasificado y en la final no jugó tampoco Mena, porque ya había clasificado.
Kind of freeze when they see it start spinning.
Cuidado ahí, atrás
Right, I
3,
mean,
abajo
if you
1.
go into the air to try to meet her, maybe that's when she lets go. You know.
Ok.
Oh, man.
Ahora,
If
Ninja
he-
también estaba
if
clasificado,
he
pero sí
quick on
jugó
the
en su
draw,
región, quedó en top 3.
Well, yeah, I just mix up, right?
It becomes a western at that point.
Full combo.
Yeah.
Esta Milena, wow, ese servo está buenísimo.
This is exactly the same
Ese
thing you
servo
mentioned
está buenísimo porque
end of
tú
last
piensas
game.
bloquear. Micro.
Wise's defense.
Excelente
Didn't
la
work out in the
defensa
last
con el Micro
interaction.
Dog, el
Duck
castigo
came.
con el Fatal buscando el
I
máximo
noticed
daño.
in East Top 8 that so many of these guys,
Yo siempre pego Fatal
I
Low
mean,
con Standing
Zombat,
for
Ninja,
Fatal. Ellos
Finding
pegan
just-
Fatal
they
Low
were
con
so
3-3.
throw happy when they
3-3
had
Fatal.
a Chameleon Jade active.
Igualmente quita lo
And that's
mismo.
exactly what Dexi
21.
went for there too. Mize
Patá,
burned them
patá.
for it, because everyone's assuming that they're going to be respecting that Jade Glaive, and I've seen a lot of disrespect paying off for some folks.
A ver,
He's like
intentando
Micro Ducks. The walk
pegarse
down from
ahí,
Wise right now.
señores. Wise.
Block.
Oh, there's a stolen
Excelente
turn from
lectura y
Dexi,
excelente
and it works
punish.
out.
1-1 el marcador, empatada la vuelta.
You gotta do it.
Gracias, hermano. Qué bueno que te gustó el comentario.
Big part of the mix-up game right there. I love that Dexi, speaking of mix-up games, was
Que no
willing
eres
to
el
go
único
back
que
to
tira
that risky
proyectil y ya,
mix-up
no, vi,
of
yo no
the
sé, ¿no?
low rather than the overhead.
Vi
That's the one he
proyectil y
tried
ya.
at the end of game number 1, trying to seal it, and as you mentioned, Wise's defense was there. But in this second game, it was not. Hard to get it right at every time.
Ain't that the truth? As a reminder, there's some big stuff on the line, guys, tonight. Not just the winner making it to Final Combat, getting a
Final
trip to
Combat.
Canada for a shot at $200,000. That's a lot of money. But just tonight, there's $5,000 on the line as well. I believe going to everyone that made top 8. So congratulations.
Yep. Yep, everybody who makes top 8 gets into the cash.
But we all know what everyone really wants. They want the poutine. I mean,
Vamos a ver, sombrero
a
lobo
shot at
otra vez.
$200,000.
Cargamos en el aire la bola.
What on Friday?
Entrada de Dexi.
It's
That's so good.
It's
so good.
It's so
Ok.
good.
Uf, cuidado.
Don't even get me started, man.
Buen punish.
Here it is.
We were spoiled in
Excelente
Montreal
punish.
back in
Buenísima
last
la
sport,
respuesta. Patá, patá. Flawless block, no hay castigo.
no? With some frames, but the mix back in.
Juego azul en bloqueo, tiro ese loco ahí.
Oh my god,
Es un
he's
loco.
stealing all the turns. Wise, keeping it real funky, walking forward a lot of the time here. Yeah, he had press 1 almost every time beforehand, so here's the grab.
He's been walking him down like a Resident Evil boss this whole match. Scary.
I'm telling you, yeah, just his walking, his understanding of the time. Oh, the glow. Okay, good work. Good
work. Estos dos están tirando un nivel, o sea, fuerte porque ninguno quiere perder y están dándolo todo, sin duda alguna. Forward throw.
In that stagger range, in that stand one range. There we go. Some damage.
Running it.
Buen damage.
Has had the classic damage off the back throw. 222 in the side switch.
Rompe. Patá, fuego azul.
And the confirm.
La confirmación. And the confirm.
Did he seal it? He seals it. Oh my, wasn't even over.
2-1.
I think that was off of him not wanting to let Dexi breathe. He wanted to just get something. He just forward dash.
Liu Kang funcionándole muy bien a WiZe.
To be able to
Igualmente WiZe está usando a su,
no, think back to what has cost him
a su rey como Mavado, pero como Mavado no está permitido en este torneo, pues está usando Liu Kang. Pero sabemos que Havik Mavado es una muy buena combinación ahora y WiZe la está usando de una manera increíble. Lo que pasa es que aquí no puede usarlo, está prohibido usar a Mavado todavía en estos torneos.
Block strings, really funky variations on the strings, not always completing them, right? The stuff instead. Throwing 3 times in a row.
¿Estarás haciendo el cast de Evo? Vamos a ver si puedo lo voy a transmitir también el Evo en español. Esperemos en Dios que sí. Aunque no sé, porque creo que voy a estar allá en Evo. Entonces, si estoy allá no podré transmitirlo en español.
In a stagger string from Dexi Dog, had a turn stolen for the L. Why says I took that one personally. It's 2-1. Why is Gemini right now? Here in the winner's side, following in the
gente, tuve una tos.
Solves the pressure and the throw, and it's the extra damaging throw because we were in the Jade rotation of the Chameleon.
A ver si esto va al juego número 5.
What a presence on the screen for both
players.
It breaks my own brain that it's one of the few things that forces you to have to look somewhere on the
screen.
Pero
Max sí se puede usar,
that alone
Max sí se puede usar sin ningún problema.
Because that takes away your opponent having to look somewhere else for micro.
Bueno, esta Milena está fuerte. Quiere llevar esto al juego número 5. Back throw, combo. Wow, buena conversión, señores. Wow, what is this? Yo, what is this? ¿Qué es esa vaina, loco? Clip ese combo.
For only about 240 damage, but it was gorgeous.
Right, but
wow. Excelente combo ahí, que no hace todo el daño del mundo, pero de un back throw es muy bueno. Ese movimiento de Milena, como se lanza hacia adelante con esa bola. Lo mejor de todo es que eso es plus. Tú lo bloqueas y eso está plus. Bueno, esta Milena quiere llevar esto al juego número 5. WiZEGEMiNi en problemas. Buen punish.
What a back movement by WiZe.
Atrás 2, excelente punish. Atrás 2, buen Minecraft. Al atrás 2-3. Conocimiento de esta Milena. Conversión mucho mejor, perfecta. Combo video. Daño asegurado con un 46%. Preciosa la conversión de esta Milena, señores. Niveles. Se acabó aquí la ronda. Nos vamos al juego número 5. Wow, solo Explosive lo carga completo. Sí, exacto. Solo Explosive lo carga completo. Normalmente lo cargan siempre esa vaina. Y es un poco difícil de castigar a veces, dependiendo del personaje. Excelentes combos de esta Milena. Lleva este juego al número 5. Número 5, vamos a ver qué tal. Esa vaina no es buena. No se ha votado muchísimo, loco.
Honestly, can be strategic. On the other hand, you gotta know when to quit it. It's tough to know sometimes. It is tough to know.
You gotta know when to hold them and you gotta know when
to do.
Bueno, juego número 5, la Milena tirando niveles.
Because both of them have had these awesome offensive series. Like they both have had extended series where they seem to just know exactly which buttons and timings the other one's gonna use. Dexi in first, no.
Vamos a ver. Full combo. Rodamos. Ok, hard knockdown. Bueno, esa Milena quiere robarle a WiZEGEMiNi, que tenía la ventaja en el marcador. Patá, fuego azul en bloqueo. Why? Eso es por si la gente busca flawless block, creo, ¿no? Igualmente arriesgadísimo eso.
Well, Dexi's had the flawless block on it, so that's the other side of it.
Eso si la gente está buscando flawless block a la última patada, le da el fuego azul. Pero como digo, igualmente es un riesgo. Yo no haría eso, pero tiene eso en los pro. Buen combo. Staggers, back throw, luego de los push frames de ese stagger. Rompe Milena, aún confía.
Dexi.
Oh,
Scheming on his
Dexi.
way in. Oh boy.
Buscando la entrada.
I just wanted to get the whip punish.
Ah,
Wasn't
GG's.
quite there. Here comes
GG's,
the
esta
grab.
ronda, GG's.
Here comes end of the round. Match point Wise.
Eso es una de las mejores cosas que tiene Liu Kang, ¿eh? Back throw combo con un lado y también lo hace con camaleón si tiene a Kitana.
Es
una muy buena ventaja de Liu Kang. Aunque ya casi todos hacen back throw combo con Janet y con camaleón. Y con Mavado también con la granada en el piso. O sea que ya esto muchos personajes lo hacen. Pero los primeros realmente en tener esta ventaja fue Liu Kang.
Blade wake up, still having to deal with that string as well. Dexi Dog trying to find
Back
something.
throw otra vez.
Grab, another Lao.
It's been huge, throwing constantly.
Ok, lo deja ahí para la presión. Oh, another one. Ok.
You gotta put him in the same state here.
WiZEGEMiNi que está en set point, quiere terminarlo. Ah, pero another throw.
Or forward. You can suspect back.
Ah, pero le pegó todo lo throw.
He got back in the middle of that one, David. It was right on the time.
Super good awareness by Wise to not have thrown a projectile when there was the green cameo up on the top left.
Vamos a ver.
Safety
No, se castiga. No, voló. Oh.
Yeah,
ok, lo hace romper.
Excellent, patient defensive play. He waltzes up, uses
Cuidado.
the
Wow.
Lao to find
Se la
it,
lleva
and
WiZEGEMiNi.
he'll move on to play a rewind.
Oh, pero con fatality aquí yo el pana. Bien, 3-2. Bien jugado con Liu Kang. Liu Kang, señores, Liu Kang es fuerte. Y en el online mucho más fuerte. En el online, Liu Kang es un personaje demasiado bueno. Muy bueno, sin duda alguna. De los mejores del juego hasta el momento. Dicen que offline es diferente, pero yo siento que offline no es tan bueno como online, pero también es bueno. Denme un segundito, vengo ahora.
So shout outs to him. Awesome defense, but great offense too throughout a lot of that set. Just both of them trading awesome offensive pressure. We're going to take a look back at the replay. Powered by Mountain Dew.
I thought Arma calls it the do-over.
The do-over is so great. Yeah, what a great name.
There's the clutch block early on from Wise, where the Melina cameo can turn that into a double-hitting overhead launcher as well in the same situation. So the clutch defense early by Wise. You're going to see a similar end in Game 5, where he just dashed up into the forward 4 right there and called out Dexi trying to forward dash what looked like out of the corner. And then look right here. It's just forward dash, forward 4. Yep. I just don't want you to play the game. That's what those kind of reads tell me in Wise once he gets in that range, especially in the corner. Really good pressure applying from Wise. He is in winners and will be playing against Rewind later on.
That's right. That's right. A couple of good ones to start things off. Even though it was 3-0 by Rewind, still fun one to watch. Close as it gets in that one, 3-2. And now we move on to Hourglass of Rain versus Han Rasheed on the upper side of the bracket. As far as how they both did coming into this thing, Hourglass 5th in points overall, took 9th place, 1st place, and 7th place in the 3 qualifiers. And for Han, 6th in points overall, took 7th place, 4th place, and then 7th place again in the qualifiers. Although did take the big W in the Level Up Expo. Yes. IRL, offline, just a couple of weeks ago. So shout outs to Han for that excellent performance.
Yeah, Han might be coming in with some completely different energy, and the same exact weekend, almost half a country away, Hourglass of Rain getting 2nd place at Texas Showdown.
That's right. Yeah.
No, 3rd? Third.
He was in
Texas
there.
Showdown. 3rd at Texas Showdown. I commentated it, and I saw...
Dude, I understand, believe me.
3rd, Arona got 2nd with Sub Chameleon. That's what was crazy, and then Dialog ended up taking it. But Hourglass 3rd, same weekend at an offline, so very cool, very fitting that they're meeting here just a couple of weeks later and playing for a spot in Final Combat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And looking at this bracket, if we can pull up the bracket, I don't know if Wan Lin is on the newer side of things, but let's just assume that he is, given that we don't have much of a history on him. But all 4 of these matches, I think you could say, unless Dexi's a little bit more of a vet than I realized too, but most of these are kind of vets versus new guys in this round 1-2, which I'll have to see. Rewind Online Kale, Wise Dexi, Han Rasheed.
Creo que, gente, quizá no pueda comentar la siguiente pelea porque tengo lo que hacer aquí, pero ya volvemos a comentar las siguientes, ¿ok? Estamos aquí activos. Ah, pero el dios del fuego, se quilló vídeo, ¿qué? Expande Fuxi y Soneo. Hazla aquí, hazla allá. Y Liu Kang acabando con todo. 43 a 50% combo sin cameo. Gameplay simple, expand de full seasoneo. Yuken está roto, ¿eh? Pero tampoco quieres comenzarte a unirte a los defensores de Astra. Que tú no eres así. Yuken está roto, eso es verdad. Pero Astra está más rota. Que ellos no la usen. Pero no quiera comenzar con la defensa del personaje. Yo no defiendo a Liu Kang. Liu Kang está roto. Liu Kang te mata y hace daño y es fácil de usar. El personaje es demasiado efectivo. Pero Astra está rota. ¿Qué es lo que es? Hey, yo, hermanito, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo te sientes? Estamos aquí compartiendo un poco, reaccionando a las peleas y comentando algunas.
Oh my, how time flies here. So we're setting up Hourglass and Han Rasheed here. We're going to see some more Reiko-age and some more Melina-age in this one. Possibly a different take on Reiko. He usually is backed up by the Tremor.
Han Rasheed versus Brass Pack. HourglassOfRain.
Bueno,
Bueno, los voy a dejar con esta pelea sin yo comentarla porque tengo algo que hacer aquí, pero espero luego poder comentar la siguiente pelea, ¿ok? Así que no se quillen.
Ability to convert off of your command grab and then some.
I mean, when I saw the conversion off the low, like I was like, all right.
Yeah, we all kind of
this is the choice.
Set up a little bit, right?
This is the choice.
Oh, he has options. And this is already a character backed up by some of the best normals in the game. Some of the best frames up close in the game.
Excellent mid-range control. Well, a lot of us already think that he's one of the stronger characters in the game, so I love the pairing with Janet. Really opens things up offensively. That's even more. That's great.
Seeing a double Melina on the screen is petrifying, man. Oh, now in the Jade rotation. If you guys aren't used to this Chameleon cameo, she's an Adenian's dream. Katana moves available, Jade moves available, Melina moves available, and all rotating on your command. Forces the breaker.
It's been a very patient, maybe too patient game by Han. He's really been hanging out throughout a lot of this. Walking forward, blocking, but very little else. Here's a slight challenge into nothing. He'd love to get offense, doesn't get it. Hourglass seals it.
I was talking with one of my training partners earlier, and something that he made a note of while watching some tournament matches was he was like, man, the more you hesitate, the more it can really get you killed in a game like this, because like the less active you are, you're just giving Hourglass more and more mix-up opportunities here and allowing him to freely move about the cabin. So maybe we'll see Han get a little more active here in what he does on the screen.
Think back when Rewind played, he did have to make some comebacks. He did have to chase down against his opponent. And then when he got up close, he had a lot of damage and he had good mix-ups. So maybe that's the game plan here from Han. We'll see. He is up close finally. Very light. Hanging out.
Tried it.
And when he went for the grab, Hourglass was there. Yeah. Oh, man. All that damage without the cameo.
I also just realized that Hourglass is finally on this Melina Chameleon team. So he's also seeing the light. What the heck? This is the first time I've seen him after come off the Melina Lau team. And I guess...
Saw some of the benefit there.
I guess maybe the third Texas Showdown made the third eye open up a little bit.
Some of the conversions
no pun intended.
Pretty cool. I'm thinking about like the side toss into the fan lift, into the air ball. Like that was a pretty sick series. But even on top of that, just obviously excellent pressure, excellent damage. So now, we didn't get to see Janet. We did not see him do anything with Janet. That said, the way that he plays with Tremor, we probably wouldn't have gotten to see anything with Tremor either. So I don't think it's the cameo's fault. No, and he does go back to Janet.
Yeah, Janet isn't going to give him anything too crazy outside of his own toolkit. That is, and it is one of the things to talk about when it comes to Janet, because she is considered an incredibly strong cameo, but for most characters, she doesn't change the character's neutral. She doesn't change the character's, toolkit outside of like big combo cash outs. Or if
it's whatever you want to prioritize, right? Like you can definitely prioritize damage for sure. Obviously got that. Pressure if you want that. But you can just call her and then throw force balls, or you can have her set up the wall.
Yeah,
if you want to just, right? I mean, you can use her in neutral, but that's not the way that Han plays before. To be frank, I don't know that it's the way Reiko needs to play. Like Reiko's got such great neutral on his own.
Gets a mean 40 there, and shockingly interrupts the startup of a roll. With that one gives him a near flawless to start off this one. Puts on a button there that gets eaten up. Hourglass gonna really early cancel that overhead. I wonder if that picks up if you only maybe... Is he trying to cancel the first hit of it if it hits? There might be some sauce.
Oh, could have been. All right, huh?
There's nothing saucy about that overhead. That's just a clean cut. Check out Wars.
Oh man.
Melina
Starting off
this
that
battle.
range. That was sick. Okay, fair enough.
That's his favorite ender there, and tried to. That was such a cool setup. Again, the meaty with the low side. Look for something hit confirmable with the spin.
Yup, love it.
Dirty. And now he gets to play super reactionary with this health lead.
Yeah, maybe gets to wait until Cameo is the right color. See what he goes for. He can be patient. Okay, here's Han. Okay.
I'm gonna be a little too patient right now. There's a button. He's
okay. That was huge. What a start. Han, big damage. Okay, right up close. No.
Still has a Janet too. What a safe one, and just a raw low side from Hourglass to steal the round. Woo, from literally underneath him. When you at least expect it. Like a snake in your boot. And again, try to throw a little bit of a visual gimmick towards Han, but ready for it. That up block into some mean 420 damage. Whew. Spartan kicked her to the corner. And what a round Han Rasheed's had so far.
Out of the sky. Here comes Han. Again, pretty patient there. Can he get under? That was sick. That movement was so good. Big life lead now for Han. Waiting it out. Not overcommitting with ninja stars. Han's gonna take a game 1-1.
Han looked like he entered a brand new form in that match.
It seemed like he knew exactly what was coming up next.
Tie game here. Still in round one of this one, guys. In winners. Everyone still has multiple lives left. In order to have to a bit closer start. Then on the East, it was all 3-0s and 3-1s in these early rounds. I'm glad to see a game 5 with Dexi and Wise. This one, already going a little bit of a distance. The back and forth. Reiko donning the new season's armor from Invasions right there. And Melina super on theme with that bloody, horrific looking thing, which is what you could describe Melina as.
There you go.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
Roll. See how comfortable they are reacting while they had that Jade glow up. I said earlier.
In time, yeah. Nice punish. Hourglass backing off yet again. Significant life lead. Gets to wait for something else to react to or force Han Rasheed into some movement.
Absolutely nothing right there. Both of them playing hard to get, and a jump kick works. Hourglass, I think he was looking for something to react to.
Pretty cool conversion.
There's a jump. Another kind of in-your-face feint into the katana lift that Han Rasheed doesn't really do anything about. I don't know what he's going to do about that ball roll, though. Yeah, there's...
Really trying not to take risks.
There.
Big whip punish. That was a pretty good whip punish. Nice. Okay. Better be mashing. Oh yeah, I'm seeing some explosions up there on the top. Not enough, barely, but that's gonna do it.
Slightly alive, but that is a very active mid that Reiko's got available up close. Let's see if that can bully with that. Now is enough hit advantage. Yes, Hourglass. A nasty pickup of his own. And max distance that overhead to where there had to be only like a couple of frames left on that unblocked stun. Get the block. That execution is getting crispier too. Woo!
Double Janet for 476 into the grab. Now there's nothing to call, but still, man, that was huge damage before.
I think he dropped the first combo when everyone since he goes, watch this.
Mm-hmm. On reaction, Hourglass. There, out of the sky, he gets to play up close. The tech from Han comes out. Yep, keep it up. No, oh, well, not punished.
Putting some massive hit advantage, just that rate goes down 4. Gives him, get put into overhead, low, grab threat immediately.
On really not overcommitting here on Ninja Stars. He knows that Hourglass can react. We have seen it before. We've seen the teleport. Oh, boy! And by spending bar on that, that ensured that he would not have had Breaker if that had been blocked. So shoutouts to Han for the read. And going up 2-1.
Reiko's got some really cool might have some of the most anti-breaker tech in the game because EX Stars as well unbreakable in a lot of launch states. Really, really unique to this character. Han sharpens that blade as he gets closer and closer. He's looking at that winner's semis going, man, you look nice tonight.
The tea house.
You've squandered your chance for mercy.
I want none from
Trying to join.
Does that sound like the voice of somebody who's prepared to give mercy? I don't know.
You're right. This is why she never gets the throne. She doesn't have the look.
Man, come on.
She doesn't have the sound. What? I'll say it.
I mean, I'm with you, but yeah. there are fans out there though. Oh, back to the Lao here is Hourglass. As you mentioned, this has often been his go-to. Yeah, again on reaction.
Han,
Hourglass, a couple big moments here, setting things up yet again. Tricky. Not for Han, who blocks it, finds the hit. Back 3 into this. Into right up close.
big plus frames on the overhead too. Flawless blocked it and still respected the advantage. That's how plus it is. And Han all over the offense right now. Completely different matchup that we're seeing. The forward dash? I'm assuming is what made that whiff? Han, whoa.
I mean, again, when he knows that Hourglass is looking for that at end of round, he's been willing to block whether it's regular teleport or the up. Low hat adding to that neutral game there for Melina.
All right. After the third whiff normal, I'm assuming that these are intentional and he's trying to bait.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the first couple might have been input air.
Oh, my, yeah. Han committed right there to just holding on block. Do what you will.
Tempted fate that close. He did it again. Just dash up nothing.
Hey. Oh, no, Janet.
Maybe some corner shenanigans going on there.
Oh, I really like to back off, but unfortunately no cancel on that.
Yeah, those two overheads only did the combos with the damage immediately, putting Han in that new situation. It's full Janet. That's fatal blow.
It's coming. There it is. Oh, the star. The one star. Just lazily makes its way over.
That's what the meterless one should be. The overhead takes the round for Hourglass. It keeps him alive in this one.
Variation on zone, zone, zone into grab, zone, zone, zone into overhead. Here comes Han. Yes. Oh, okay. That's a reaction right there by Hourglass. Love it. Pulling up into this guy just in case and on reaction to the stars, making all of this begin.
It all fell apart because Han thought that he covered everything on wake up, but the wake up jump went above the 8 stars. Led to all this, no meter, half-life. Hourglass on the verge of sending us to another game 5 here. About to get lit up. Wow. No whiff recovery on that. And still got a trade out off a button.
Is that a pickup? Nice work.
Everything converts. Hourglass slows the bar here. Yeah. That'll be it. Another game 5 back-to-back here to get us started. West. Had a feeling that was going to be a little bit closer.
You can really see the utility of Lao right there. Obviously, Chameleon, one of the best. Lau's still very strong, and the way that Hourglass uses him to really improve that neutral game in a consistent way. Right, Chameleon sometimes has options that improve your neutral game, but not all the time. It really just depends on which color she's on. Whereas you could just call the hat a lot, and he did, and that was a huge part of the neutral control that he had.
And when you have...
Oh, back to the old classics on both of them.
When you have a cameo really outside of this one right here, Tremor, you know, you have one game plan that you're going to go to the entire time when you have Lao Hat, versus with Chameleon, your game plan's changing all the time. That is also something to think about. Less mental damage to himself as well.
And I like Tremor here too, not just for the Oki, obviously for the damage out of command grab, but also the fact that you can body block him really well versus use him to body block versus low hat is effective. We'll see if that's something Han uses, but that's a nice use of the tool too.
We've been seeing that.
All right, there he is.
A little more, yeah, I tried it right
Love
there.
it.
We've been seeing people use cameos to block attacks, jump-ins, and projectiles more.
Yeah, counter calls,
awesome
man.
Yeah.
Body block, counter calls. Classic assist game technology.
We've also been seeing people
Been happening for 30 years.
We've seen people to be able to react to them a little bit more too and call out cameos.
That was the call right there. Did you see what he did with Trevor? He called the body block to blow up the low hat that Hourglass thought was going to start the conversion.
Even used him right there to, I think, try to blow up a normal as well. That's absorption. This is nasty. He's got him in the right form as well. Tremor himself is an MKX character with 3 variations as a cameo.
Beautiful.
And it's where Hourglass goes. Hourglass goes to work when he's got this Lao cameo. That overhead, I feel like, is what does the most damage. What you need to be looking out for the most when he's up close with his team. Now, full screen, it's really a roller coaster. When Lao Hat's out, any special move in is going to make it safe. It's quite fun to deal with. Okay, Han Rasheed. Gonna go to that tried and true, the WiZEGEMiNi tactic, to get up in his face.
Hey. Oh, he's got green Tremor now. Big damage on deck if he finds it. Again, safety first approach by Han, who just misses barely.
Tremor was out there for so long. Hourglass had a nasty reaction with the roll. He's bringing this back.
Hey, Hourglass out of there. Low hat continues to be a huge part of his neutral game as he forces Han across the stage.
You see them almost trading dashes, staring at each other. You see a back dash, you forward dash. Forward dash, and you see a couple of reads with these. Han. The projectile's adding up. He's gonna fall in the Loud Hat. And he called out early with the... Oh, and because... Roll!
Oh, man.
That was so smart.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful.
Hourglass, game-winning read right there. Just called out Han Rasheed for doing that, and even assumed he wasn't going to be blocking when he made that read with the Tremor summon, right? And just roll it. Really smart to do. Wait, he's still alive! Didn't scale!
Really?
A life to live. Can Han do this?
He lands on the side. And Hourglass sends Han Rasheed into losers. Man, what a set that was. And I love, too, how there was change in their cameo picks. You know, they both have their sort of modern new picks. You can see the strength of them, obviously. But then they both also have their ideas for
pero ¿dónde estaba el
classic playstyle. And
pero ¿dónde estaba el comentarista? Pero ¿dónde estaba el comentarista?
He had as a result.
¿Dónde estaba el comentarista? Dios mío, ¿dónde estaba?
Obviously has stuff that she can do, or that she can allow you to do, that is control. But it's, as you said, it's not consistent, right? Like she's constantly.
Me fui un rato, estaba haciendo algo.
And you got to adapt to that. Whereas that man Lao,
Soldier Boy, come back. I don't know, bro.
As we go back.
Ya llegué, gente. Estoy aquí ya. Casi 6 horas en vivo, así es, manito. ¿Qué es lo que? The Dominican Twisty Bitch.
Big changes.
¿Qué es lo que? Luego dicen que es fácil. Tú sabes, fácil, easy operation.
After Han Rasheed had won 2 games in a row.
Abrir puertas, conseguir oportunidades, easy. A lo que me refiero es que la gente solo mira
trying to get away there at the end, and one of the beautiful things about Melina is that everything is going to convert on an anti-air. She's got one of those all over her strings that she's super
estresado, bro,
no? If they anti-air, they convert extremely well. Everything picks up in the ball roll into her big damage. It's going to lead to the hard knockdown and set play. And then you saw there the switch back to the.
Shinobi está comenzando a defender a Astra, ya cayó en el Sharingan.
Completely different game plan too. The body blocks were great, some of the reads, and I can't even believe that in that singular game, Hourglass at the end called it out with a
Cayó en el
ball.
Sharingan,
Like, it
Shinobi
only
está
took a game
defendiendo a
for them
Astra.
to go around an entire year's worth of meta development and like amongst each other. Like what?
I loved it. I thought that was great. That's exactly the kind of right. That's exactly the kind of changes in strategy that you want to see throughout a long set like that. Beautiful work by both players.
Siempre recuerden beber agua,
On top of it, Han goes down to loser's side. Now, the last of our first round matches is coming up next. This is going to be Kinggambler versus Wan Lin. Now, we've been talking about
Vamos a ver cuál es la
Wan
siguiente
Lin
pelea.
a bit here and there. Ninth place in the last two qualifiers, which is why he has enough.
Astra lloran ahora, pero está igual desde el día 1.
Stream
Eso es cierto,
was
eso
the
es
first
real.
fifth
Día 1 el
place.
mismo personal.
And
Más
both
roto
of
por
us
los
tried to
cameos
do our
ahora.
homework, right? We're up here.
Pero roto.
We're taking this seriously.
Mr. ¿Cómo se fue un
And
marín
I
de
tried to
uso?
find out like more recent footage, and I didn't. I don't know where it is or if it exists.
That was the footage.
That was the footage.
Se nota
And
mal
that was way
potencial.
back in the day of Scorpion Striker. So let's.
The game has changed quite a bit since we've seen it, and we do see a different.
Bueno, vamos a esta
cameo
pelea
from
ahora,
the-
señores.
let's note it, he's gonna be
Kinggambler
rocking
contra
the Scorpion.
un Scorpion, Juanito Jaula versus
Kinggambler, the
Scorpion.
number one
Kinggambler.
seed of the
A ver cómo le va a
West
Kinggambler en esta pelea.
region. Johnny Goro.
Yeah, sitting in a pretty good spot to be able to qualify.
Kinggambler
through,
versus Wan
overall points, but in this third place, second place, and then second place in the qualifiers. So yeah, first overall. But it goes beyond that, right? Third place at Level Up Expo, fifth place at the
Scorpion
Brazil
Camaleón
Offline,
es tremendo
seventh place
problema.
at
Sí, es
ECT,
muy
and then
bueno
Heck
Scorpion
Man.
Camaleón. La gente está
It's been
oscura con
a
eso.
good season for him so far.
Pero es muy, muy bueno, demasiado bueno. Señores, si me ven que no
He's
estoy
been doing
comentando
it
las
with
peleas
Goro
y que de repente me
pretty
muevo
early
porque tengo otras
on.
cosas que hacer aquí en la
First player
casa.
I knew who was trying to take this team seriously.
So, trataré de llegar hasta
Yeah,
el
I remember him
final,
kind of
o por lo menos
breaking it down
comentar la
first
final,
before
pero
I saw
faltan
it. He was
muchísimas
like,
horas
hey,
para
this
llegar a
is
la
why I
final.
do it and why I think it's really good. And it
Los dos jugadores tienen mucho
and
nivel,
works
claro.
since.
Ermac se
Right
puede
now,
usar, sí se
Wan
puede
Lin
usar
better
Ermac, pero
strike
nadie lo
is-
está usando ahora
Hey,
mismo.
well, and last time we saw
Yeah.
him
A Ermac,
on
nadie lo está
stream,
usando.
kind of shocked us all back in that qualifier 1, 3 over Han Rasheed, first time on stream. So don't be sleeping on Lauer, who has been training and battling for this one since he got called up.
Kinggambler con mucha desventaja de vida.
Gambler keeps it plus with the Goro, but I like that sometimes
Lo
you just gotta
sipió,
check out
manito.
Goro, especially when you see it a little bit later than normal right there. Might be only plus a couple.
Anomix, ¿qué lo que?
Could be neutral.
Yeah, I talked with Gambler a little bit at the Brazil offline about his team, Johnny Goro, and he was like, "Look, like I think the team's really good, but the other thing about
Ese
it is
equipo
that
es muy
you haven't
bueno, o
fought
sea,
against
Johnny
Goro
K.
unless you
Goro
play
también
me."
lo usó comeback
And I was
ahorita.
like, "Yeah, that's a, you know,
Pero
so he's
Camaleón
like,
Scorpion
people
también
can't
es una
game plan for me,
locura.
man.
o sea,
Like, nobody's coming here
Hay que
having
tener
experience
cuidado,
against Johnny
Kinggambler,
Goro, so,
wow.
like, since then, I have seen some other people pick it up, so I don't know if that's still true.
Get over here,
We
full
saw
combo.
moments ago. It was in,
Yeah.
it was in top
In the
3.
East.
No, it was in grand finals of East.
Oh my god. Ven
In
acá.
the meantime, again,
Wow,
Wan
buen
Lin
back throw.
Yeah, holy good
That's
going
GG,
out.
no, está vivo.
completely in
Right now.
control.
Jay?
If he finds
Exacto,
button
Jay.
in shit,
Ya,
To see
chipeado.
Johnny Cage Goro tonight, or in this one yet, technically.
Camaleón, compadre.
Yeah,
Cuando
I
tú
mean,
tienes a
really,
Jay,
like, you saw him
es casi 100% que tú le vas a tirar a esa distancia
honestly,
porque
just a few times.
es un proyectil
He did it to
safe.
keep himself
A menos que te pegue
safe
una
one
shadow
time,
kick de
maybe
Johnny a lo
two
loco
times,
para
he did
adelante.
it in a rough ones.
backed it
Y
on
inmediatamente el
the
proyectil sale, el otro tiene que
Early on,
saltar o
and then Goro's
bloquear.
on cooldown,
O sea,
and in
Camaleón
that
es muy bueno
cooldown,
ahí.
Lauer put his hands together and said, "My turn."
Ninja Killa ya jugó en el torneo pasado, manito, y perdió. Quedó en tercer lugar.
Again, you don't see Wan Lin all over
Ni
the
yo
place.
puedo
All these
pronunciar
other
el
guys, you
nombre.
see them showing up
¿Cuál
at
nombre,
big
bro?
online weeklies
Yo no
that
soy
we've got.
perfecto
You see them
hablando
all
ni
the time.
pronunciando.
Or you see them in person at majors. We just talked about
Si hay gente
Kinggambler's
que le
history
molesta
there.
si yo pronuncio algo mal,
We haven't
me
seen
disculpan,
Wan
pero
Lin
no soy
in the
perfecto
same way.
hablando, ni siquiera
Does
pronunciando.
not mean that he's not strong, as that game one obviously
Pero
shows.
si me dices qué fue lo que
Maybe he's
pronuncié
embraced the
bien,
role of just being that guy that
perfecto
wants to
para yo
enter the
saber y
one thing
apuntarlo.
that gets him into the big
¿dónde veo la
one,
lista de
and
los
then he wins the whole thing.
participantes? Te la voy a mostrar ahora, este top 8
As an observer,
de esta
I
región
think
para
that
que lo
would be
veas.
so sick. Oh, what a keep up! And Goro was nowhere, way too far away.
Ah, tú dices que no pude pronunciar bien el nombre del pana. Es que el pana se llama Wan Landers 22. Jay Reyes, suscrito con la familia, regalando suscripciones ahí.
Okay.
Activo.
So Gambler
Pues sí, el
had a
nombre del
great
pana
lead
es
on that one.
Wanian
Maybe that could
Lander.
be the beginning of a
Wanian Lander
snowball.
22,
Okay,
que ese
another
nombre
one.
es una locura, bro.
Begins here as Goro comes back to life here at the top left of the screen.
Yo, Jay Reyes, mi hermano, gracias por regalar suscripciones ahí, activo.
the roof.
He's gonna be gone
una
for a while
Ice
anyway,
Scorpion
20
y
seconds on the
Octavio.
cooldown for him.
Oh, there he is. That's cool.
Honeybee va a jugar, no. Honeybee no está en este top 8. Honeybee no clasificó al top 8 final. No le dio reptil a Honeybee. Saludos de John, la familia B. Tremendas peleas. Sí, se están viendo buenas peleas el día de hoy. Esta noche ya.
And so there in the corner, you know, you see one of the biggest downsides of Goro is how long it takes for him to come back. Yeah. Johnny's pressure can last a while.
Ooh.
So it actually
calentó Kinggambler, calentó.
Responding to Lauer in kind with
calentó Kinggambler.
Goro pickup still has one in the chamber, and there she
is. Oh my
is.
God, se lo llevó el diablo ese tipo ahí, se lo llevó el Devil. Calentó Kinggambler. Olvídate del mundo, calentó Kinggambler.
And a big part of how he did it is that he was keeping his eye on Chameleon. He knew exactly
Cualquier personaje con Camaleón está roto. Camaleón es muy buen cameo, claro.
Denied instantly.
Camaleón está perfecto como cameo. Camaleón, Janet, Mavado, dan muchas opciones. Muy buenas, muy buenas. Pero ese es el juego, Mortal Kombat es un juego de asistencia.
Awesome awareness by him.
Yo creo que la parte más importante del juego son los cameos, porque esto fue lo que vendieron inmediatamente, anunciaron MK1, cameos, asistencia. Un juego como Dragon Ball con asistencia, como la Marvel, donde hay asistencias que están rotas. Yo recuerdo Marvel vs. Capcom, que había unas asistencias, una locura. Tenías tú que bloquear por media hora. Supuestamente viene Ron Black de cameo.
Right, yeah.
No debería venir de cameo, ese personaje debería venir normal.
Plus cameos in this game that are just kind of like a little unusual. You know, that's been his history too. And if you haven't had experience against him or somebody at that high level using
los cameos DLC están rotos. Sí, están muy buenos.
It's gonna be tough.
Es que el cameo inicial que estaba roto era Cyrax y lo nerfearon. Pero realmente Kano es de los que son normales, que no son DLC, y Kano es muy bueno. Kano sigue siendo muy bueno.
And Lauer finally paying the price.
Sí, es que Ron Black debería salir como personaje jugable, no como cameo. Ron Black hay mucha gente que le encanta.
Look at this.
Falta acá Animality,
He's stuck in that tree this whole time.
This is that offense. It's coming.
Look at this.
Ah, pero Kinggambler le calentó feo, fue, o sea, no le está dejando hacer nada ahora mismo a Warnian Lander. Warnian Lander. What the fuck is that name, bro?
Expected it to have to block it. I understand.
Está agrio Kinggambler. Está agrio. Kinggambler estaba allá en Brasil, galera. Buah.
There's the glow.
¿Qué pasó, no?
I like the decision there. Try to throw a little mind game on block with the sweep up close. Always gets people to press buttons. Maybe we'll try to get a shadow kick into the corner. Didn't happen though. Damn, already into the corner.
Yeah, that was a half stage corner carry combo. It's a classic Johnny move. So Wan Lin Lauer's got range finally, but to what end? Okay, right, a little bit of damage for himself. And now what? He's got Melina. Ah, okay. So rather than risk getting hit by an overhead or whatever, just take the less damaging throw for her.
Yeah, and there's no projectile to worry about.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is about.
It's all about the visual effect, which I'm here for. Sometimes I put up Brain's bubble just as a visual deterrent.
Well, that's true. That does work. Yeah.
For my opponent, why not?
Here it is. Trying it out a couple of times. Look at the time, by the way. 14 on the clock, 13 on the clock. Wan Lin Lauer has the life lead. Turning it into the plus frames. There's the safety again, and trying to duck it out. Denied. Oh man, there was no question in Gambler's mind what was coming up next. There was no thought to him ducking at all. Stood up just in case. Super smart. That's the defense that you were talking about before, and that's why he takes that game.
It's frightening when you realize that your opponent knew what you were going to do before you did it. It's
a bummer, yeah.
It's a real blow. It's a real blow. That when he just stood there, he stood there in his high guard, ready.
Yeah. Like he didn't like. Oftentimes, people like briefly crouch or whatever. You know, they're just trying to be tricky or whatever. There was nothing like that on Gambler's side. Just stood up.
Stonewall Jacksoned it. 2-1 for the 1 seed here, but Lauer came in with some something different here. Took the lead early. Let's see if we can get back in this.
You know, I love the jump to start. All right, well, the rest of it's a bummer for him, but the start from Wan Lin shows that this is more about offense in this round for him. That's the thought. See if he can keep it up.
Gambler's been definitely, as the set has progressed, been eating alive Lauer's defensive decisions, especially against the Goro on block. Moved a couple there. Oh, he's out.
Again, grab. Great grab heavy. Still has the corner a little bit. Oh, okay, backing off. Goro call. So Goro's out of here for about 15 seconds.
Bueno, Kinggambler está caliente feo, ¿eh?
Oh, maybe one too many grabs.
Kinggambler está que no ten gente. 2-1 con brutalidad.
The exact same corner.
Forward throw. Gambler el campeón, dice uno ahí.
He's still getting planted in the same ground.
Yeah, that background, all that green stuff, that actually came
Sí, está
from
clasificado por puntos.
That's where all this old green glow went.
Yeah, okay.
It just
He used it all up versus Shinnok a couple of games ago.
Yep.
Johnny Cage.
Spirit bomb the area, scorched earth, baby. That's how we won the Great War against Outworld. Match point for Gambler.
Let's see that offense, Wan Lin. Clearly, that was his idea. But
he hasn't been able to pierce the armor of Gambler since game 1.
Perfect timing to say that, as armor is the way that Kinggambler got through. Still his corner control. No, not for long.
¿Tú crees que la final va a ser Rewind contra Kinggambler? Vamos a ver.
So one of the rare launches from the Chameleon. Just a straight Katana fan. Wasn't ready for it. Has a big hit advantage here off the Molina throw. Oh, an offense lost.
But less damage, and that's what a lot of the grabs have been, is Molina grab.
Ooh, Jay.
Okay, all right.
He finally caught Gambler pressing on defense there.
Gambler, in the meantime, has had all the resources to break for like half of that combo, and just decided not to.
Gambler buscando el salto con Johnny Cage.
I mean, honestly, you might be right.
Rodilla, vi, abajo uno, staggers.
If he doesn't think that his
rodilla
opponent's
otra
gonna be able
vez.
to open him up again, then yeah,
Goro. Tiene fatal, ahí mata. Oh, no fue por la patada fatal. Yo creo que ahí mataba. Qué raro, ¿eh? Creo que ahí con la patada fatal mataba Kinggambler.
Like a madman right now. He knows that he's not one of the Johnnies that's, you know, built around star power. Just classic. He's trying to save himself.
Oh,
no! He tried to shadow
wow.
kick. That was
muy lejos.
Didn't get the back first, I guess. Oh man, could have been.
I think he summoned the wrong Goro as well, but if he did it right, I was about to have my mind blown. He tried to interrupt a punish with Goro, which is just some next level usage of it. Walk dash him into a grab.
Okay, back throw.
Some big old cojones on
Jay.
him for that read. Didn't catch a stray with the full screen Jade Glow. And now we're back in Katana, where anything's possible.
Ooh, shadow kick.
And Gambler says,
Kinggambler.
I'm coming in.
Overhead.
Another.
Like
otra entrada más. No puede romper porque le dieron al cameo. Full combo, 40% de daño.
Just got dunked.
Lo va a chipear aquí Kinggambler, rodilla otra vez, abajo uno, flawless block, está vivo. ¡Ay! ¡Ay, está vivo! Get over here.
You gotta stay up close, you gotta get the pressure.
Ok, el tigre. No, Vanito, abajo dos, va a fallecer de ahí. Kinggambler 3-1. A ver, el bracket. Un segundo. Ok, Kinggambler 3-1. Ya terminó la primera ronda de este torneo. Ahora van a tirar las peleas de loser. Yo me voy a retirar un poco y vuelvo ahora para ver si puedo entonces comentar las de winner. Ok, no se muevan de aquí. No se muevan, que yo vuelvo, B.
Really well on his disrespect of Goro, and it burned Lauer in game 2 heavily, pressing on there. I think he did it twice. He was in the corner and he died after that.
I mean, it was him struggling to find a way to take his turn back. I mean, not just in the sort of like up close trickiness of taking your turn back, but to try to play his game plan. The game plan of pressuring up close. It worked for a little while, right? In this game 1, it worked. There was a series of maybe a few throws in a row, and it was game 3 maybe, where it worked. Other than that, he didn't really get from distance back into pressure on his own terms. Instead, it was almost always Gambler making his way back in. We were looking at the left side of the stage, here in Shang Tsung's lab, here in the forest, and a couple of different versions of the forest even. As this was just Gambler getting him into there constantly. Look at that. Again, he knew there was no
that shadow kick exploded all the green stuff in the background. You actually saw it happen live. That's crazy.
There it is. There it is.
That's
so
the green.
Lauer again, this one last chance.
And here it comes off the second one for only like 10 more damage.
Yeah.
And had really nothing in the chamber outside of the core Scorpion kit, which from a certain range is very limited. You know, Scorpion has the teleport, he has the big ranged sweep, and really that's it. Outside of a certain range, you know, the 2-1 buttons, they were a little effective early on, but Gambler got onto it. Gorgeous anti-air there at the end too. He's got one of those uppercuts, those down twos that reach really far forward, and so you can get those really far and reaching anti-airs like you saw there at the end, because he clipped that from a really far range.
So Wan Lin, again, somebody who we don't have a lot of experience watching. We've seen him in really just the first of the qualifying tournaments. We know that he got 9th in the next 2, but we didn't get to see him on stream. And then we saw him today, and there's very little footage of him otherwise, but I just want to say hats off to, you know, making it in here. Now, he's not out, right? Still got to play against Han Rasheed in loser side. Not over yet, but in any case, while we're talking about it, hats off to him for the performance in getting here. So now, we're going into loser's side on the other side of the bracket. This is going to be Dexi Dog versus Online Kale 213.
Right into it too. Players that have gotten in the lobby instantly. Shoutouts. They're on it tonight. Covers the jump in with the striker. Name of the game. But now, similar to what we saw at the start of the last one, and what a lot of guys like to do early on, they come off the double cameo early just to kind of see how someone's going to handle it. I think that's the decision here from Kale. He wants to see if Dexi Dog is going to check or disrespect anything early on to keep things safe.
Grenades.
Does it again.
Oh, but underneath! Okay, all right, Dexi. Good work. Good work.
And the second side missed, but was still able to convert. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I swear I saw Dexi intentionally flip the Chameleon, which you don't see an awful lot, but it looked like he manually chose to put it on a certain rotation there in the middle of things, which is just some galaxy brain stuff in the heat of the moment. Kale pressure called up by just a sweep of Dexi says, well, slow down, young man. And there's some audacity right back. Dash up grab.
Hey, Dexi out of there, disengaging. With Chameleon, Online Kale's not taking a risk on Glaive or anything like that. Really? It worked? Okay, instantly out of there. Okay, almost tricky, but Kale was ready.
I think Kale just won that round by walking. Just walking forward and back around the screen, outside of the range of the roll, especially there towards the end. One of the best walk animations too in the game. And another perfectly timed roll under the close mid grenade that's coming from Striker. He's getting out of there just in the nick of time, and have been crucial.
Beautiful work. Using the flawless block to get through. Okay, but now, like almost like Goro, not quite as bad, but almost like Goro. Now you got to wait for Striker for a while. So Kale's game plan has been bring out Striker, try it out for a while, and then play this very patient mid-range, not even mid-range, max range game as he waits it out. The boy's back instantly. Spent.
And you don't do any kind of that pressure, and now that he can,
you almost never see somebody actually punish it. That was sick. Okay, all right. All right, that Striker's face was grayed out throughout that whole combo.
And that was not a punish, but it looked like he caught him in recovery, trying to be disrespectful, because he did a stand one. Was evaded in every single cameo. And Active Frame hit the screen right there, and it's the nades of Striker that prevail. Nice false block. I've seen guys flawless block strings early on. Whoa! Striker causing madness again, saving Kale in a few of these offensive sequences. But Dexi and that Chameleon coming back so much faster coming into play right now.
That's for sure. Huge difference between these two cameos in terms of the frequency of use.
Availability is power in Mortal Kombat 1, that's for sure, and the clutch block here.
Oi! Finds it. Need a little bit more flawless. Okay, rather than spending something else that might have got breaker, instead Kale with the grab. Back 3 to seal it. Really good work. I'm still thinking though about when Dexi Dog actually did the ball punish on just back 3. Baracas are so used to just pressing back 3, it's actually double-digit minus. But, you know, people are like worried about the other stuff that he has, understandably. Especially if there's a striker also to think about.
Absolutely.
But shout out to Dexi for that. Even in the loss of the game, I'm still thinking about that moment.
And, you know,
After that, you saw Kale go through a lot more back 3-1s. Just in case. So, you know, already having an impact on what the adaptations may be.
Before it controls you.
Kale, as a reminder, his father, an Evo medalist in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that
All the
was
way
the
back.
first MK9, I believe, Evo top 8 that Online Tony got top 8 in.
Yes. So congratulations,
Killer
Online
Cabal.
Tony. Now he's in the chat screaming at the top of his lungs for his son.
I mean, he's such a chill dude, but I've seen him at locals, right, where his son is also playing, and he's just beaming constantly. It's actually so heartwarming to see. Honestly,
That's awesome.
he's just. I mean, he also plays. He still enters. He's still competing too, but he's there to support his son, and you can really tell.
Has he
It's awesome.
ever fought his son in bracket before?
Not that I've seen, but I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know. Obviously, they play against each other all the time.
That has to be a weird dynamic at home if his son ever wins.
I'm sure his son's gotta win. Yeah.
Got great position here. Waited forever. Looked for wakes up. Look for someone to wake up. Isn't worried about the roll either.
He's really 2 hits away from taking this. Maybe 3 because there's probably going to be a breaker. Oh boy, no, missed it. It's getting real scrambly and weird.
That was timed
Oh,
well,
it
so they
worked. You
couldn't
got a
reverse it
break.
either.
See ya.
What is happening? He's given a second life. He's still alive.
The
Kale.
time. 8, 7. Kale's running out of time. Grab. I don't think it's going to be enough in time. Oh, man. Wow. What patience and understanding of the life and the resource of the clock by Dexi Dog. Aha. Well,
Rare drop.
yes.
It's offense city from Kale. He's welcomed Dexi. Won't Populous, no. Because you're the one that's being in the corner here. Hold some J pressure. Gonna mix however he wants to behind it. Coming back, no.
And he's ended that almost every time. Okay, so here's the variation rather than going for the high each time on the end.
And with the Chameleon Camo, that's what I was talking about earlier, David, where you don't know if it's going to come back even on hit with that second glaive.
Oh.
Come in play here.
Glaive, oh, we've seen it before. I love it.
Having the answers to some of the universal counters to these cameo moves. Jump back's one of them there against the Jade. Between the 2 hits, it going forward and coming back. A whip punish with a side toss. You don't see that every day.
No. Okay, big one. And Melina's Chameleon had just gotten hit. Wow. Came back in time. Now, you can't easily just throw projectiles. You know that she's got to teleport.
And Hit Striker on full cooldown now. Try to get a full screen anti-air. Almost jumped back into that
Look at the
spark.
time
And
now,
that spark
12.
is so quick too. Dexi now can't play this kind of sit-back reserve game against the health, and it caught a button, but it forces the breaker from Online Kale, and there's 5 seconds on the clock right now. We are just something crazy. It connects.
Dow, you did it. What? No. Oh my god. On your opponent's hit, you still did the button. That is some offense right there.
All right. Everyone that's pressed there tonight, David, has gotten cooked. We saw that from earlier in the night. When Hourglass was on screen, every time someone pressed and hit advantage of that teleport, smoked Kale. He's gaming. Saw that whip in front of his face, no punish. Check the slight negativity with the grab.
Okay, great block. We saw how much damage potential there is there. Grenades, though, and Dexi knew it. Shoutouts to him, blocked just in time. Oh no, that is bad news for Kale. He might have thought he was about to get Striker. He did not. Here's Striker, though.
Throw so quick. I almost thought it was too early on the block advantage. But nope.
Oh boy.
Micro movements into another one.
There's a glaive to think about. Now there's a lift to think about. Kale patient on his way through. Dexi needs anything. It had to be flawless, and that's not what came.
Boy, these matches have been grinders so far. Only 1-1. The timer.
And there actually is a couple invincible wake-ups on Striker. But, you know, you got to take a risk with that, of course. Kale didn't at the time.
And they're giving respect to Nihil. Love to see that, too.
I mean, they're good matches. Cool to watch, too, because you know that the damage potential for both of these characters is high. And yet, the way that it's actually played out is like individual hits, like an individual like sweep or like a grab, like really adds up. It's the way that the flow has gone.
Yeah, I know Melina to be one of the few characters that is a very high-heavy two-tap sequencer in the game where she can really take that health bar quickly. But these players, so good at avoiding that particular damage. And Kale's ability to slow down the pace of the match is quite something to see in action against, you know, players and characters I'm seeing not have to slow down their game plan whatsoever against most. Dexi starts off decent here. There, not a lot of high damage.
Yo, all right.
With the resources, and Baraka does all his damage on his own. He said, Striker, I don't need you to keep you safe, buddy. You're just a backup. That Tarkot's put in some work.
Again, grab. It's been the go-to mix-up in that situation. He waited just in case. Okay, Dexi. Again, it's grab. Super important flawless. Ah, okay, but Kale still right back in. I mean, he seems not to like Tarkov, but on the other hand, he's a superhuman because of it. So, you know, you got your pluses and your minuses in life.
Come on, man.
You know, you got your give and takes here and there.
Is it really that bad?
Yeah, I don't know. His whole family's dead, but, you know, it's, I don't know. On the other hand, got these big old muscles and teeth now.
Now you can do something about it.
Yeah.
The story of Baraka. He's grabbing so early after those grenades.
Yeah, immediately.
It's because they have really low.
Hey!
He's finally got bird for it there. He's assuming that there's no block advantage whatsoever, which is sometimes the case, but also sometimes not. Big
Kale again, backing off. But Dexi's so good at knowing that grenades are coming and, again, not overcommitting. Again, really cool to watch both of these players play with characters who can get in there and go a little wild, who can deal big damage, and yet they both, as players, are very comfortable slowing it down. Wait till he got under. That was a sick whip punish, but Striker.
It was another great recognition of Dexi that Baraka was coming. Sorry, that Striker was coming. I don't know if he's reacting to the sound, seeing him, or maybe if it's those lights. That's what I love about the Striker summon, is that you see the red and the blue kind of off in the horizon at your periphery. Boop, boop. Yeah, the sound. Boop, boop. One of the best sound effects in the game. That should be the sound that it makes when you don't break, or like when you try to break and you don't have it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I want to hear boop, boop.
Yeah. Kale.
Oh, look at this.
With 20 out on the clock, plenty of time.
That was an eternity of nothingness into a throw.
And again, underneath. Oh, you gotta say, Dexi's navigation of the grenades, it's just remarkable. His ability to recognize it and then block in time, not overcommit on strings. And also to get underneath it with the ball roll, just like unparalleled. He's playing so well around Striker.
I don't understand how these guys can sometimes play chess in what I perceive to be sometimes a more, you know, physical or like boxing kind of a thing. You know, just some simple punches and throws. No, these guys are playing with a multitude of pieces on a multitude of layers in their mind and on the screen.
Is there any hope?
Very cool
and with reactions that, man, studies have been done. Gamers have some insane reactions, guys. Even when put against professional athletes of a multitude
¿Cómo va la
of
vuelta
sports,
aquí, gente?
Gamers rank.
Abandoné el chat, compa. No, que mañana es lunes y tengo que hacer un par de cositas para mañana. Y esta transmisión va a durar muchísimo. O sea, que todo no va ni... Ahora que todo va por losers, por la primera de losers, manito. Ya tú sabes. O sea que si tú ven que en un momento yo paro todo es porque lamentablemente no pude quedarme aquí con ustedes.
Dexi knew it, tried to get out of there though. Now took his turn back, man. You love to see the variations in that way.
Un par de cositas que hacer. Y sí quiero comentar la final de y subirla,
And where's the
combo that usually
sweep
does
coming from?
350 did 370 because
share stream. Y yo se fue a mimir.
That's about as good as the round gets. Like shoutouts to Kale. The way that these two play, oh, Bud's covered.
La buena es, en verdad, deja la silla ahí.
The air approach denied.
Those are my favorite projectiles.
Como hace Nucledudo, compadre. Nucledudo es una silla y ya, compadre. Ahí, puesto, una silla. Nucledudo es la silla y ya.
Kale, can you get out of the corner? A down one might start it.
Que lo que, hermano Leo Gómez.
There's been a lot of times where it's been only his turn with a poke, and he takes his turn with the overhead. And it
Es
works
raro
a
verte
lot
sin
for
gorra.
him.
Sí, hoy no quise usar la gorra
The Kale
porque me
special
dolía
is
un poco
out.
la cabeza.
The cuffs.
Pero si normalmente siempre uso mi gorra. Pero estamos pelados, ¿verdad, compadre? ¿Qué es lo que? Estamos pelados. Yo he comentado sin gorra en un par de eventos. Creo que en Colombia comenté sin gorra en un momento.
Doesn't get one.
A veces me pongo así sin gorra.
So match point now, Dexi Dog.
El Evo es en julio, manito, Leo Gómez. En julio. Ahora lo que va es Combo Breaker, que es ahora en mayo. Ya, este mes. Luego en junio, el Final Combat, que es ya para ver quién va a ser el campeón del primer Pro Competition de MK1. Y llega los códigos. Share stream.
Dexi has been, it's been hard for him to get the hit and close the gap, but he gets it there with the low side. This is the big one that he needs.
Volvió Dillo.
Kale. Poke special. Working this time.
Los tigres están dando golpes, quieren ganar.
Really
really been the name of the game.
Otra vaina es que Sony Fox debió jugar, loco, como hizo Ninja Killer. Porque aquí sin Sony Fox, sabemos que él quiere que gane
And
Rewind.
he backs off yet again. Again, both of them feel very
Pero hay que ver que lo
comfortable
que
at
es.
this
Rewind tiene que
patient
quitar
game.
nivel para ganar.
Slowing it down, forcing the opponent into a bad spot by way of backward movement on their own.
And he, the overhead, but here's where you see a lot of Baracas try to like barrage their way in. Backboard to their way in. Unlike Kale's
Air spin,
playing
yeah,
with
something like that.
hesitation. It's playing nice and patient. Dash should not get.
No, Honey, vino a jugar.
Stuff, that's with the jump and all over it is Dexi.
Hay que trabajar, así mismo,
finally, you know, react to.
I ganó Dexi Dog.
And you see that it was the way that he navigated
Igualmente era temprano, ahora que son las 11
that
de la noche.
cameo with the roll on reaction around around the nades through a sea
The Losers,
of
luego va
Earth-Romian,
Juanilla Lower, qué sé yo, cómo se llama este pana,
he was
con
able
Han
to
Rasheed,
sail through just fine.
Kinggambler, HourglassOfRain.
That's for me the biggest story of that set.
Ese es el top
his
8,
ability
señores.
to navigate those grenades, just as you mentioned.
Ese es el top 8 de esta región. Sony Fox no
He's able
está.
to just navigate it, just as you said. Getting underneath with the ball, just as
Nada. Yo voy a parar el stream. Yo quizá las peleas las suba a YouTube.
I really like them.
Por lo menos la final o alguna pelea, pero voy a parar el stream porque lamentablemente se me presentaron cosas que hacer aquí en la casa. Para mañana, día de trabajo, día de colegio, tengo que levantarme a las 6 para llevar al niño al colegio y pila de vaina. Entonces hay un par de cositas que hacer. El email de Rewind está fuerte. Sí, Rewind está fuerte, pero no está usando el email en este torneo, está usando Reiko. Así que, gente, gracias a todos los que estuvieron aquí en sintonía. Por lo menos vimos la región pasada entera. Esta no la vamos a poder ver entera. Yo trataré de subir comentado en español alguna de estas finales, alguna de estas peleas, pero no lo voy a hacer en vivo. Pido disculpas a todos los que están aquí viendo el stream, pero se me presentó algo personal ahora y tengo que parar el stream. Bien, GG's. Lo pueden seguir viendo en el canal oficial de NRS. No sé si alguien más lo está transmitiendo en español, creo que no. Así que se lo tiran en inglés y cuando lo quieran ver en español pasan por aquí por Top City Games en YouTube, que yo trataré por lo menos de subir la final. Si esa final es Rewind contra Kinggambler, va a ser buenísimo. Bien. Igual tengo una tos que no me da quieto. Bien, resignados. Un día eres joven, el otro día le ganas de la alarma. Así es la vida, bro. Pero nada, gente, de verdad que gracias a todos los que estuvieron con el en vivo. Esto no va a terminar ahora, esto va a durar unas 4 horas más. O sea, unas 3 horas más todavía faltan. Pero como digo, trataré de subir los videos comentados a YouTube, ya sea mañana o hoy en la madrugada, si puedo. Así que gracias a todos. Hablamos ahorita.